Hey there, folks. Buckle up because we're diving headfirst into another heart-pounding, adrenaline-pumping session of Mario Kart Double Dash. Let me tell you, I've got my game face on and I'm ready to give it everything I've got. I'm not just aiming for victory, I want to win so convincingly that even the record books will blush and say, wow, that's impressive.
Donnie, it's a pleasure to see that your competitive spirit is still burning bright. Just like in the world of politics, you charge ahead with an unquenchable thirst for victory. But you know, in games and governance alike, it's not just about reaching the finish line. It's about the journey, the camaraderie, and how you handle the twists and turns along the way.
Joe's got a point, Donnie. It's all about the shared laughter, the camaraderie, and yes, even those pesky banana peels that can send you spinning. Much like a presidential term, there are unexpected twists and turns that keep things interesting.
Well, Barack, you've always had a way with words. Maybe you missed your calling as a race commentator. And there goes Obama, gracefully gliding into the lead with his eloquent driving style.
Donnie, when it comes to your driving style, it's one for the books, that's for sure. It's like trying to predict your next tweet, full of surprises and occasionally leading to some unexpected results.
Remember that time, Donnie, when you took a detour right off the track and plunged into the water hazard? It was like a political gaffe, except a whole lot wetter.
Well, Barack, I was just checking to see if the water was as clean as I always say it is. You know, it's all about testing the waters before diving in head first.
Donnie, that's one way to put it. But in Mario Kart, it's generally better to stick to the track and avoid those hazardous detours. Just like in politics, it's essential to stay on message and not get sidetracked.
Speaking of messages, Joe, didn't you come up with a campaign slogan for this race? Build back better on the racetrack?
Barack, you know me too well. But it's not just a slogan. It's a philosophy we can apply to every aspect of life. We're building back better, one lap at a time, bringing people together and moving forward. Just like in the game, we're in it for the long haul, aiming for progress every step of the way.
Well, Joe, I've got a slogan too, and it's a real winner. Make Mario Kart great again. Just picture it, folks. Trump-themed racetracks that would be nothing short of tremendous. We're talking gold-plated speed boosts that'll have your cart zooming like a winner, diamond-encrusted item boxes to give you that extra bling, and a finish line so opulent it'd make your head spin faster than my iconic hair.
Donnie, I can't even fathom what a Trump-themed racetrack would look like. Luxury pit stops with valet service for your cart, perhaps? And I can only imagine the race commentary. Here comes Trump, folks, taking a pit stop at the gold-plated station where even the tire air is pure luxury.
Donnie, you'd probably have a caviar bar for the drivers at those pit stops. And let's not forget the gold-plated trophy for the winner, complete with your signature "You're fired" catchphrase engraved on it.
You're catching on, Joe. It's all about luxury, even in the world of Mario Kart. But let's not lose sight of why we're here. To have fun, entertain our viewers, and bring a smile to their faces. And of course, to make Mario Kart great again.
That's right, Don. Whether it's politics or gaming, it's all about connecting with people, having a good time, and making lasting memories. And if I happen to win a few rounds along the way, well, that's just a bonus. After all, who wouldn't want to race on a Trump-themed track?
Don, you certainly know how to make things interesting, but remember, in the end, it's all about the friends we've made and the laughter we've shared, both on and off the track. So with that said, how was your day, guys? Anything as extravagant as your racetrack plans?
Well, Joe, I've got quite the story for you today, a real gem from my daily life, and you know me, I'm all about the finer things, all about luxury, right? Today I decided to embark on a quest for the most luxurious golf cart ever made. I mean, why settle for a regular golf cart when you can have one with golden golf clubs, a built-in champagne cooler, and a personalized golf ball dispenser? It's how I roll, Joe, always in style.
Donnie, you don't have to remind us every time. We're well aware that luxury is practically your middle name, but hey, I suppose even your golf outings are on a whole new level of opulence. Did you at least hit a few good shots, or did the golf balls get lost in the glitz and glamour?
Go on, Donnie, we're all ears. What grandiose escapade did you embark on today that's worthy of your legendary status? And please, don't hold back on the details. We're ready for some Trump-style storytelling.
Well, today I decided to take my golden retriever, Fluffy, and yes, even my pets are golden, for a leisurely stroll through the hallowed halls of none other than Trump Tower itself. Picture this, Joe and Barack. Fluffy had a tiny golden leash and was wearing a miniature "Make America Bark Again" hat. The moment we stepped in, everyone stopped and stared in awe. It was a sight to behold, folks, a real Trump Tower spectacle.
Hold on, you take your pooch for a leisurely stroll inside the hallowed halls of Trump Tower? Well, Don, that's a new twist on walkies.
Donnie, I've got to know, did Fluffy have a leash that could put even a rapper's bling to shame, or maybe a collar that would make Mr. T do a double take?
Oh, you're warm, Barack, you're warm, but here's the real kicker. As I'm sauntering through the opulent marble-floored lobby of Trump Tower, I spot a group of starry-eyed tourists, their jaws practically on the floor. And you know me, always the consummate showman.
Donnie, please tell me you didn't try to upsell them on Trump Tower timeshares while Fluffy worked the charm offensive.
Or perhaps you offered exclusive guided tours with a personal appearance by the one and only Donald J. Trump? I can already see the brochure, Trump Tower, where luxury meets the leader of luxury.
Well, I thought about it, but I did something even better, believe me. I came to a sudden dramatic halt, struck my best presidential pose, and with a flourish that would make Liberace proud, I waved to them. It was the full Trump treatment, you know?
Donnie, I can just picture it. Ladies and gentlemen, feast your eyes on the magnificence of Trump Tower. And if you're truly fortunate, you might just get an impromptu glimpse of the former commander-in-chief himself.
Donnie, you've always had a knack for making an entrance and seizing the spotlight. Did those tourists recognize you right away, or did they need a hint?
Recognize me? Barack, they practically exploded with excitement. They started chanting, "Trump, Trump, Trump." It was like a presidential rally right there in the lobby. Let me tell you, I'm like a rock star, but with better hair.
Don, you sure do have a one-of-a-kind way of connecting with people. You managed to turn a routine dog walk into a bona fide Trump Tower spectacle. And who says politics and showbiz don't mix?
And what did you do next, Don?
Well, I couldn't just leave those folks hanging, could I? I mean, it's not every day you get the chance to meet a former president, so I did what any good host would do. I took a bunch of selfies with the thrilled tourists, signed a few autographs, and gave them the full-blown VIP treatment. They left that lobby feeling like they'd hit the jackpot, and honestly, who could blame them?
Donnie, you never cease to amaze me. You turned what seemed like a routine dog walk into a full-blown Trump Tower extravaganza. It's like you have a Midas touch for turning everyday moments into unforgettable experiences.
Donnie, you're a true showman. And I must admit, I'm genuinely impressed by your ability to create lasting memories for people. I can already picture those tourists telling their friends and family about their extraordinary encounter with you for years to come.
That's the Trump touch, my friends, turning the ordinary into the extraordinary, bringing a touch of luxury and excitement to the everyday. Now let's switch gears a bit. I've got a fun question for you today. Imagine you're planning the ultimate vacation, the kind that dreams are made of. Where would your dream destination be?
Donnie, you know me well. I'd head straight for the beach, maybe someplace like Hawaii, with those stunning sandy shores, crystal clear waters, and those swaying palm trees. It's all about relaxing, catching some rays, and enjoying a nice, refreshing cocktail.
Joe, Hawaii is an excellent choice. The spirit of aloha, the stunning landscapes, and those mouth-watering poke bowls. But for me, it's got to be a European adventure. Give me the cobblestone streets of Rome, the art of Paris, and the history of Athens any day. I'm all about culture, history, and of course the cuisine.
Barack, I can just picture you strolling through the Louvre, critiquing art with that eloquent style of yours. As for me, I'm thinking somewhere a bit more exclusive, like my very own Mar-a-Lago in Florida. Sunshine, golf, and luxury at its finest. It's the Trump way, after all.
Don, Mar-a-Lago is quite the retreat, I have to admit. But for me, it's all about the adventure, the thrill of discovering new places. I've always wanted to explore the Amazon rainforest, immerse myself in the wonders of nature. Maybe even spot a jaguar or two.
Joe, the Amazon rainforest would be an incredible experience. The biodiversity, the lush greenery, and the chance to connect with nature on a profound level. But Don, I can't resist asking, have you ever considered a camping trip? Roughing it a bit in the great outdoors?
Barack, camping, you say? Well, you know me, I've got the best tents, the most luxurious sleeping bags. It would be camping in style, my friend. We could even call it glamping. Trump-style glamping, of course.
Donnie, I can already picture it. Golden tents, silk sleeping bags, and a gourmet chef cooking up the finest campfire cuisine. It's camping fit for a king. We'd have marshmallow roasts with edible gold flakes for starters.
Donnie, you do have a knack for adding a touch of luxury to everything you do. But camping can be quite the adventure, even without the golden touch. There's something special about connecting with nature and roughing it a bit.
That's true, Barack. But no matter where you go, whether it's the beach, the rainforest, or even the wilderness, the key is to make the most of every moment and enjoy the journey. And if you can do it with a bit of style, well, why not?
All right, you two, gather around and get ready for a little story time. I've got quite the tale from my summer vacation this year, and I think you'll both appreciate it.
Joe, you've got our undivided attention. We're always up for a good story. So what did you get up to on your summer break? Did you take your dog with you?
Yeah, spill the beans, Joe. We're eager to hear about your vacation adventures. And did you manage to catch some waves or maybe embark on a crab catching expedition?
Well, you know me, guys. I'm a beach lover at heart, so Jill and I decided to head down to the stunning Outer Banks in North Carolina. I have to say it's a breathtaking place with those endless sandy shores, the salty breeze, and the Atlantic waves crashing against the coastline.
Ah, the Outer Banks, Joe. That's prime golf territory. Did you bring your clubs along for a few rounds on those picturesque courses? Or did you opt for some good old beachfront relaxation?
Donnie, I think we all know Joe's more of a beach chair and umbrella kind of guy. But who can blame him with those views? Did you have any thrilling beachfront encounters, Joe? Maybe a seagull who had an eye on your sandwich?
You've got it, Barack. I was all set to kick back on the beach, soak in the sun, and maybe even give fishing a whirl.
Fishing, Joe? Now that's interesting. Did you snag anything that would make Hemingway jealous?
Well, here's where it gets wild, Don. I had my trusty fishing gear ready to roll, cast my line into the glistening waves, and after a few hours of patient anticipation, I felt a pull on my line like no other.
A pull like no other, Joe? Did you reel in a fish so legendary it's got its own fan club?
Almost, Barack. As I was reeling in my colossal catch, I saw a glint beneath the water's surface, and believe it or not, it was a goldfish. A real, live, sparkly goldfish.
Joe, a goldfish, that's not your typical fishtail, especially not from a fishing trip.
Tell us more, Joe. Did it have a tiny crown or maybe a miniature scepter? The aquatic monarchy in action?
Haha, no crown or scepter, but I have to say its dorsal fin was fancier than most, and its shade of gold could make even Fort Knox a little envious.
Joe, that's a vacation story for the record books. A goldfish is the catch of the day, a true oceanic adventure.
Joe, you always manage to stumble into the most unexpected escapades, even when you're supposed to be unwinding on the beach. Did you contemplate adopting it as the newest member of the Biden family, or perhaps granting it honorary citizenship?
Well, Barack, Jill, and I made the call to let it swim free. We figured such a magnificent creature deserved to roam the vast open ocean, not stuck in a fishbowl.
Joe, that's a genuine act of fish liberation right there. Who knows, that goldfish could be out there sharing its epic tale with the other sea creatures, bragging about the time it crossed paths with the President of the United States.
Indeed, Joe, thanks for sharing your golden fish story. It reminds us that sometimes the most unforgettable moments occur when we least expect them, even on a tranquil beach vacation.
Yeah, enough with the grandpa talk for the night, fellas. I'm out of here. Catch you on the flip side.
Hey, don't be so hasty, Donnie. Thanks for tuning in, folks. See you all later, and remember, even goldfish have their moments of fame.